Alright guys, so a few weeks back, if you missed it, I got some brilliant news that I do now have permission to record audiobook versions of the 3 Guild Wars 2 novels, which is something I've really wanted to do for a long time, and is one of the projects that's bubbling away and will be in front of you very soon. However, I did a test recording of one of the books, Sea of Sorrows, on a live stream after I got the news, and immediately saw on the front page there was a song. So I really have no experience with this kind of production. I'm excited to learn and get good with it, but, you know, I'm not much of a singer. 7 years I've been on this website, and in 7 years you guys have not heard me sing. Why? Because I don't think I'm good at it, and I have not got the balls to do that on any kind of a large platform. So, beyond that as well, I'm not necessarily talented enough to see lyrics on written down on a page and transcribe those into any kind of actual song. Now, we knew that the song in Sea of Sorrows was meant to be some kind of sea shanty, but I didn't know how to translate that, so I thought in the pursuit of making things easier on myself, what if I just opened it up to the community? What if I offered some gems for someone to do that for me, and we could run something of a mini competition over that? Mini competition. Yeah, right. So I did the video announcing this, and loads of you guys took to the idea. So initially, I wasn't even looking for like lyrics or a full-blown song. I was just looking for someone to give me a tune that I could singy-songy do in the audiobook and hopefully not make everyone cringe to death. But people went well and above beyond that. I got much more than just tunes. Many entries were that. But I got people singing, people doing massive orchestral renditions and all kinds of stuff. So I need to be really careful. It was 800 gems as a reward I'm offering, right? I didn't think it would galvanize the community that much. But apparently we got a lot of people itching to write songs, be artistic in various ways. And yeah, well, it's pretty exciting. So the other side to this too was I offhandedly mentioned if anyone did a good enough submission, I would just use that wholesale in the audiobook, and more than the gems, I think that that's the prize people have really been going for. They want to be at the start of the audiobook. So I want to fill you guys in on exactly what happened there, and by the end of the video, we will know who the winner is. Just before that though, there was another side to this, and that was Rhys Sosby, the author herself. I mentioned in that original video, you know, if anyone could find out what she wanted it to sound like, then that would be almost like an automatic win, right? Because obviously the author's interpretation is what we should try to go for. Several of you did email her. You found out how to get in contact. You did email her and even got responses. So Rhys does know about this competition. Here's what she contributed as a response in an email, which I'll keep anonymous for people's privacy purposes. So check it out. Hi, XXX. I'm sorry, she says. I don't have time for a longer letter to you. I have another novel deadline at the end of the month, and I'm just crunched. Thank you so much for letting me know about this. I did actually have an inspiration. I'm a huge fan of sea shanties, and occasionally I perform them. Though it's not a match, the Sea of Sorrows song won't splice over this one, but it will give you some idea of what I was thinking. Good luck with the competition. The song I was basing it on is Old Maui by Stan Rogers. Have a great day. So, yes, we do have a song that she based it on. As soon as I found this out, I tweeted out, I made it aware to the entrants in the competition, so they had plenty of time to update and rectify, to base their thing a little bit more on Old Maui. If you guys haven't heard that song, I'll put a link in the description. I would be scared to do it here on this video because I'll probably get copyright claimed. I thought I'd never heard of this before when I first saw it, but it is somehow familiar to me, so you guys might recognize it yourselves. Pretty interesting song, and indeed a lot of the competition entries did then, after this information came out, start basing themselves loosely on this. By the way, I very much enjoyed that it's not a perfect match. First, it would have seemed somehow creatively empty to just copy one for one Old Maui, but also it meant that you guys got to be a little bit creative here, and we get to see the true Tyrion version. So, with all of that preamble done, let's listen to some of the tracks. Now, what I've done here, guys, and it's probably not done very well, but I've taken everyone's submission in no particular order whatsoever, and I've cut them all together to play you the full song. Okay, we're going to listen to the full sea shanty, but basically one entrant is going to deliver one line, and then we'll cut to another entrant for another line, another one. So it's kind of montage-y style, and yeah, you're going to hear basically, I think there might be 1 or 2 entries that don't appear in this, but yeah, the vast majority of the submissions will be here. It took massive balls. Can I just say thanks so much to everybody who did this. I have mad props for all of you. I would never have the guts to enter a competition like this myself, ever. So I have insane respect for everyone, and also the format I've picked, this montage, is totally unfair, let's be clear, because it sandwiches like solo artists that have no backing music or whatever. It sandwiches them between people who have got really, you know, massive orchestral flowing pieces. So when you guys listen, do me a favor down in the comments and cut the guys that got unlucky some slack, yeah? Alright, here we go. Introducing Weather the Storm, a Tyrian sea shanty.
Storm till you ride the wind beneath cold and blackened skies.
So till you're sailing through a thunderhead with the lightning in your eyes.
Death he laughs on the sails and the jags and the bloody sun won't rise.
Death he laughs in the sails and the jacks, and the bloody sun won't rise.
A sailor's life's filled with toil and strife, the seas both boon and bane. Oh.
A sailor's life's filled with toil and strife, the seas both boon and bane. Oh, we're quite bound on a northern tide, through the lightning and the rain.
Quite bound on the northern tide, through the lightning and the rain.
We'll sail through all these stormy nights till we're safe at home again. Oh.
Open sea and we're homeward bound, for a foul the weather, oh. And the captain swears we'll make our port, though the sun's burnt to an ember.
If the dread ships come and the darkness falls, then we'll all go down together, oh. She's a restless sloop with a six-armed maid, dancing on her prow.
Her brassy cannons grease the sea, but the weather's chased her down. Her compass spins and her captain screams, and the crew's all dead and drowned. Oh.
The sails are rent and the engine's blown, the keyless head to stern. Lost the rudder to the tide, and the mizzen mast is turning.
The reins like nails and the harbor's lost, and the compass spins and turns. Now the darkness comes and the stars above circle round like sharks at sea.
Oh, instead of fighting for our lives, we should be sitting at our ease. But I chose the strife of a sailor's life, and the ocean she chose me. Oh,
Oh, the wind it howled and the thunder boomed, but the storm might just prevail. But we shouldered on till the break of day, and we tamed that fearsome gale.
Held to courage and to honor, and we lift a tale, the tale, oh.
You don't know a storm till you ride the wind beneath cold down the skies. Oh.
You don't know a storm till you ride the wind beneath cold and blackened skies. Oh, till you're sailing through a thunderhead with the lightning in your eye.
Till you're sailing through a thunderhead with lightning in your eyes. Death he laughs in the sails and the jags, and the bloody sun won't rise. Oh.
Death he laughs in the sails and the jags, and the bloody sun won't rise.
Death he laughs in the
Okay, so there you go. Hopefully that worked reasonably well, and you could totally blame my montage format and editing if you feel that some of the entries didn't get to shine as much as perhaps they would if you listened to the full thing. And so, to remedy that, I'm going to put in the description links to some of my favourite ones. I'm hesitant to put links to all of the entries just because there's so many, it would bog down the description. I know that a lot of you guys aren't going to do that. But also, I never really specified when starting this competition whether these were public or private. I already feel kind of weird posting just a few seconds of people's entry here to everyone because entering the competition doesn't necessarily mean that these people have consented to me sharing their work everywhere. I know that seems a bit bizarre. But so yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant, but I do have a few favourites I want to share with you guys. We won't go through tons, but I've got about 5. And once I've given you a little bit of an extended listen at these, we will finally announce which of them has won the full thing. So let's start off with top contender number 1, T&A.
You don't know a storm till you ride the wind beneath cold and blackened skies. Till you're sailing through a thunderhead with the lightning in your eyes. Death he laughs in the sails and the jags, and the bloody sun won't rise. A sailor's life's filled with toil and strife, the seas both boon and bane. We're cryter bound on a northern tide, through the lightning and the rain. We'll sail through all these stormy nights till we're at home again.
So I really like this entry. It was very bold to not use too much music. I really liked actually having the camera and stuff on there, though that really shouldn't come into my judging, obviously, because this is to do with the audiobook, not necessarily the quality of the YouTube video itself. But it was really good to see the effort go into the sheet music. A few of you guys did do that, but not everyone. So it was just generally quite fun. There was a fun outtake at the end of the video as well. I really liked this, and it was interesting to see how they handled the O's. So there you go. That's number 1, guys. Bear that in mind. Contender number 2, we have Sacrifice.
Stars above sail around like sharks at sea. Instead of fighting for our lives, we should be sitting at our ease. But I chose the strife of a sailor's life, and the ocean she chose me. The wind it howled and the thunder boomed, thought the storm might just prevail. But we shouldered on to the break of day, and we tamed that fearsome gale. Held to courage and to honor, and we lived to tell the tale. No, you don't know a storm till you ride the wind beneath cold and blackened skies, till you're sailing through a thunderhead with the lightning in your eyes. Death he loves in the sails and the jags, and the bloody sun won't rise.
Again, I really enjoyed Sacrifices. You won't have heard it from the clip there, but if you go back to the montage, they also have a moment in their song where they do lots of oohs and ahs, which weren't necessarily written in the lyrics, but they took that creative license, they lengthened the song a little bit. I liked that. They were the only entry, as far as I remember off the top of my head, that really went that far with it, so I thought that was very nice as well. It sounds very professional. There was a clarity to the lyrics. Like, one of the things I'm thinking when I'm listening to these is how clearly you can pick out the lyrics, because as an audiobook, I think that's really important, and quite a few of them actually fell down at that bar, but Sacrifices one here was brilliant. Contender number 3, we have Step.
You don't know a storm till you ride the wind beneath cold and blackened skies, or till you're sailing through a thunderhead with the lightning in your eyes. Death he laughs in the sails and the jags, and the bloody sun will rise. Our hearts should be sitting at our ease, but I chose the strife of a sailor's life, and the ocean she chose me. The wind it howled the storm might just prevail, but we shouldered on till the break of day, and we tamed that fearsome gale. Hell to come.
So this one is fantastic. This one probably caught the community's attention more than any other. Obviously, it's got great production value. Obviously, you can see the amount of effort that's gone in there with the tracks and things laid out on the actual footage. Obviously, the music itself is great. One really powerful thing for this entry as well is Rhi herself has actually seen it and left a YouTube comment saying that it's an amazing entry. So having the author's stamp of approval, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good plus up no matter what the video itself is really like. So there, that step, a very strong runner there. Moving on, contender number 4, we have Book Vulture.
You don't know a storm till you ride the wind beneath cold and blackened skies. Oh, till you're sailing through a thunderhead with the lightning in your eyes. Death, he laughs in the sails and the jags, and the bloody sun won't rise. Oh, a sailor's life's filled with toil and strife, the seas both boon and bane. Oh, we're quite bound on a northern tide through the lightning and the rain. We'll sail through all these stormy nights till we're safe at home again. Oh.
So I really like Book Vultures. It was one of the last ones to come in, actually, and I only caught it just because it was sent directly to my email. But yeah, I think this one sounds really professional. I quite like this because it's very different to the other ones, yet still clearly sea shanty-ish. The music that you hear here, I don't think anyone else really manages to get close to. So I really enjoyed Book Vultures, maybe just because it was very distinct from a lot of the other entries. But yeah. And then finally, top contender number 5. Let's listen to Gemma.
Open sea and we're homeward bound, fair or foul the weather, oh, the captain swears we'll make our port, though the sun's burned to an ember. If the dread ships come and the darkness falls, then we'll all go down together, oh. She's a restless sloop with a 6-armed maid, a-dancing on her prow, oh, her brassy cannons crease the sea, but the weather's chased her down. Her compass spins and her captain screams, and the crew's all dead and drowned, oh. The sails are rent and the engine's blown, the keel is split astern, oh, we lost the rudder to the tide, and the mizzen-mast is burning. The rain's like nails and our harbour's lost, and the compass spins and turns, oh. Now the darkness comes and the stars above circle round like sharks at sea, oh, instead of fighting for our lives, we should be sitting at our ease. But I chose the strife of a sailor's life, and the ocean, she chose me, oh.
So this, again, you got that clarity on the lyrics. It's just her singing. There's nothing else to sort of bolden it up. It is the sea shanty in its purest of forms. Very clear. It's just a great entry. So there are more I want to talk about as well, guys. You should definitely check out the Carpathian Brothers one, Infinite Waves one, Daniel Goodwin's one, VARGRIMINIR's, PUPPERINO's. If you listen to the end of the montage I did at the start, the way that they end the shanty is brilliant. Guys, there's so many good ones, and even the ones where people aren't singing, where it's just the tune. It's so video gamey and piratey and brilliant, and it's been real fun to sit down and listen to all of these over the past couple of weeks. So thanks very much for entering. But without further ado, I will announce the winner. It's gotta be Step. Right, guys? It's gotta be Steps. It's just too good. It's a brilliant song, but I mean, you can't get better than Rhi herself saying that she really likes it. I think that obviously a lot of work went into it. There are some little things, little nitpicks that I could go on about here that I actually preferred about some of the other tracks that I've just mentioned, that I actually think other tracks did way, way, way better than this one. But overall, this is a really professional, badass sounding piece. I'm happy to offer the measly 800 gems here. Guys, it's been amazing to see all the creativity. As for putting this winning submission in the audiobook, I like the idea. I'll maybe get into contact with them, see what they think about it. Maybe we'll make those little adjustments and nitpicks that I talked about. We'll do that privately. But absolutely, I think that could be a really cool idea. Unless you guys in the comments change my mind and you basically tell me you think that would be a terrible idea. I'll have to contact them, talk about it when I deliver the gems. And there you have it, guys. There's the competition. I'm getting flashbacks to doing the big Get Path of Fire competition where I feel terrible that not everybody was rewarded. But hopefully you all had fun. And please do check out everyone else's stuff. What a cool little thing to do. So cheers, everyone. I will probably definitely not hesitate to throw out extra little bounties and gem prizes for the different things, because I mean, look, you're all itching to go, and that's super cool. Thanks very much to Ree for actually chipping in and telling people exactly what she was inspired by and helping to direct this whole thing. Thanks to everybody who stepped up, and even those of you watching this video who never participated in the competition itself, but have got to the end here. Those who have supported it, that's you know, all anyone could really ask for, right? If you're a budding creative artist, you just want people to see and hear your stuff, and that's hopefully what we've delivered here. So thanks everybody, hope you enjoyed. Check out the description before you leave, listen to some of the other songs, and I'll see you next time. The books themselves and the beginning of our whole book club project, they are still coming. I don't quite have an ETA on them just yet, but stay tuned and they should be out before long. Cheers guys, catch you next time.